Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, and today I have a short video, well, a hopefully short video for you all, because the focus of this video is actually something that I believe is very important. I think it's something that has always been very near and dear to my heart, and something that I feel as though would benefit so many COD fans, as well as Activision long term. So making that like a 20-minute video is not exactly ideal, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. Call of Duty is turning 20. Next year, Call of Duty will be 20. The first game came out in 2003. 2023 is next year. There you go. In that time, they have released some absolute bangers. And we could all argue and debate as to, like, what's the best COD game. For me, it's Black Ops 1, slightly followed by Black Ops 2, like, very closely. And then you can go on down the line from there, right? But everyone has their own idea of, like, what was the best COD game, what was a perfect COD game, what was good, what was bad. And throughout Call of Duty's history, they've added so many things to the game, whether it's the games themselves, whether it's DLC, whether it's new features and new additions. Some people like certain games for whatever reasons, and they dislike other games for other reasons. Sure, that's to be expected. Well, what if you could still play those games? How cool would that be, right? So for me, personally, Black Ops 1 is my favorite game. Can I play Black Ops 1 these days? No. The game's been dead for a very long time. If I want to go back and play Black Ops 2, the game is hacked all the shit. It's been dead for a very long time. If I want to go back to a game like Call of Duty 4, also dead. And if I want to play the game, I have to play Modern Warfare Remastered, which is also dead. And then if I want to play Modern Warfare Remastered's mod, which is H1, which is fantastic, feels dickish to say it's dead, but the player count is usually under 100 players, right? Pretty dead. And then you look at virtually every COD that has come out, all of its DLC, all of its cosmetics, all of its content, all of its additions and everything, they're all dead. They are all dead. And if you look at COD in general, right, look at it from the perspective of almost like a YouTuber, or, you know, this could be applied to many other things in YouTube, but I'm a YouTuber, it's why I know best. Let's go ahead and talk about it. So in YouTube, there are two different terms I want you guys to understand. One is evergreen content, and the idea of evergreen content is a video that you post that will be relevant for a very long time and always be gaining views and always be popular. And you guys can think of some examples of that, but evergreen content obviously is very important. If I make a video saying, guess what happened in today's news update? That's not evergreen content. That video is irrelevant in 2 days. You know, whereas if I make like a top 10 guns in COD history video, for example, that's more evergreen because it can be around for a very long time. So that's the first term. Remember that, evergreen content. The second term, long tail. The idea of long tail in YouTube is when your older videos and your older content get you small amounts of views over time. Like some random ass slasher video I made back in 2016 with Modern Warfare Remastered is still gaining 1 view a day, for example, right? Or maybe some random chem strike from way back when is still getting 5 views a day or whatever, right? Those old videos are still gaining views slowly but surely over time, which add and contribute to my channel. Well, how's this pertain to Call of Duty? Call of Duty has some fucking massive long tail, man, and excuse the language here, but we're talking about how many games, how many DLCs, multiplayer, single player, Spec Ops campaign, all that stuff. It's all there, and Activision pretends it doesn't exist, right? They have 20 years of long tail that they have completely abandoned. The only evergreen content that comes out is not even that evergreen. It's just their latest release, or Warzone, depending on how you look at it, right? And Warzone is good because it is sort of evergreen in the sense that people play that game for multiple years at a time. And with how they ran Warzone 1, you had stuff from Modern Warfare 2019 that was relevant for 3 years, stuff from Cold War that was relevant for 3 years, then of course Vanguard, also relevant for at least right now, until Warzone 2 comes out. All right, cool. So we understand how that works. Warzone's a good idea, but what about the actual COD games, right? If they were to go back, and I've said this so many times, but if they were to go back and add crossplay and cross-platform to every old COD, how hard could it really be? They would instantly revive every COD game to greater or lesser extents. The more popular games will be more populated, obviously, and some of the lesser known, less popular titles, like maybe Ghost, for example, or Advanced Warfare, maybe won't have as many people, but they will all receive a massive boost in their player count. Now, obviously, there's a number of problems that they have to go back and fix beforehand. All those older games, all their bugs, all their mods, all their hacks, those need to be fixed, obviously. And if you look at the price, right, going back for older Call of Duty games, it's actually absurd. Like, if you want to buy something like digitally, it's nuts. Like Black Ops 2, I think to this day, it's a 10-year-old game. It came out in 2012. That game is like $50 to this day, and its season pass is also $50. Who is blowing $100 on Black Ops 2 nowadays? Fucking nobody. That's who. They've abandoned that game. But if they were to go back and actually make it so that game is cross-platform, i.e. it works on Xbox, it works on PlayStation, it works on PC, all together, all unified, it would have a solid player base. There's a reason why so many people are playing things like IW4X and the Plutonium Project. They want to play these old games. They want to give Activision their money, but Activision doesn't want it, which is the most counterproductive, anti-Activision thing ever, right? Activision themselves, they always want your money, but for some reason when it comes to old CODs, they just don't want our money. More players on older games means more people are going to be rebuying those old games. I know I would. I'd buy every COD game on PC because that's my preferred platform now. I would be rebuying the DLC. I would be rebuying things in the shop, potentially. Probably not, because I bought stuff back then, but I don't in recent years, so I don't know what I would do when it comes to that, but people would be buying this. People would be eating this stuff up. Player retention would go through the roof because fans will be happy knowing that they are always going to have at least some people to play with. I mean, if you look at World at War, for example, right? Just picture that. Like, if you, like, an average day in World at War on Xbox, there might be 100 people playing. So you take PlayStation, there might also be another 100 people playing. You take PC, there might be 50 people playing. Well, suddenly, instead of having 100 people, you have 250 people. That's a lot right from the get-go, and then that's only going to go up more and more as more people find out that the game is cross-platform, that the game is now compatible with all different systems, and the game is now actually populated. It's only going to get better and better from there on out. And then Activision's making more money off of those old games. People are rebuying World at War to play it. They're rebuying the stupid map pack that's essential to actually enjoy the multiplayer experience, right? It just makes so much sense, and it would also help future Call of Duty games, because now when a new game comes out, it has to be an absolute banger. There needs to be like so much good stuff going with that game, and there's so much pressure on the developers, and that would go away if all those old CODs were still around and they were still relevant. Every game that comes out wouldn't be as make or break or bang or bust as they have been over the course of the past couple of years. It would be so much better for everyone involved if Activision were to go back, make every COD game, or at least maybe to a certain point, cross-platform, cross-compatible, cross-whatever, and lower the prices of them. The reason why the prices haven't changed for games like Black Ops 2 is that it's not because I think Activision are a bunch of dicks, which I do. I think it's because they just don't care. Like, they know that no one is buying those old games anymore, so why even bother to go in and change the prices? They just don't care. They really don't, because they forget that those games even exist. They want you to forget that those games exist as well, so that they can get you to focus more on the new game, the new battle pass, the new stuff in the shop, this, that, and the other thing. Like, I was thinking about how to make a perfect comparison, and I think this is a good one. Call of Duty now, the way they're doing things, by abandoning all their old stuff and only focusing on what's coming next, imagine if Aerosmith only made money from their most recent album and none of their old stuff. Because that's literally what Activision's doing. You know what I mean? Like, they're focusing so much, like, all their eggs are always in one basket on Warzone and the next COD and this, that, and the other thing. Like, dude, you have 20 years worth of content that people are super nostalgic for, that people love, that people would love to go back and enjoy, but they don't give us the option to do that. And they don't even have to remaster anything. They don't have to hire anybody. They don't have to do shit. Besides maybe make it cross-platform, which I suppose that involves, like, look, I don't know what that entails. Maybe pressing a button, maybe doing a lot of stuff. I don't know what it entails. I have no clue, but I'm just saying that's what I feel as though would be so great for the COD franchise. I would be so happy. And I've been showing you gameplay throughout this video. Like, I just want to go back and play Blackout, man. I want to go back and play Call of Duty World War II S&D. I don't want to have to, like, bust out my console just to be able to play Team Deathmatch and Team Deathmatch only because every other game mode is dead. You know, if you had all the Xbox people and all the PC people and all the PlayStation people all together on every single COD, even only going back a couple of years, it would instantly revive those games. And would it cannibalize new games? I really don't think so. Sure, some people are going to stick to the older CODs. That's always been a thing. It's been around for a very long time. But people are always going to want to try out the new thing. They're going to want to play Warzone. They're going to want to see the new content, the new zombies, the new whatever. But they also want to go back and play their old favorite stuff, the stuff that they grew up with, the stuff that they're super nostalgic for, and stuff that they have such an emotional attachment to. And not to be cynical, but like, Activision could be banking in on our nostalgia, but they don't. What they do is they release like map remakes in the newer game, and they pick maps like USS Texas for some reason. Like, I don't know, guys. This is something that I feel, I'm very passionate about it, obviously, which is why I feel like I've been talking a mile a minute throughout the entire video here, but this is something that I feel as though Activision is royally messing up on, and it's something that I think eventually they're going to take advantage of, but when they eventually do it, it's going to be too late. You know, again, Black Ops 2 is a 10-year-old game. How many people that played Black Ops 2 in its prime are still playing COD today? or are still playing video games, or still even around, for crying out loud. It was 10 years ago. So it's hard to say. It really is. But I feel as though it would be so easy for them to do this. Lower the prices of the old games, lower the prices of the DLC, make them fair, and people would eat it up. I really think that's true. Myself included. I've been playing a lot of the H1 mod lately, and, you know, just being able to play the COD 4 maps again, being able to play COD 4 S&D again when there's actually people in the server. It's great. I love it. It's so much fun, but they're not focused on that. They're focused on making freaking necklaces or something. I don't get it. Guys, that's it for this video. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. If you did, consider leaving a like. Leave your thoughts and feedback on all of this down there in the comment section below, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.